impressed by a number of things. Obviously, the way people have, how passionate everyone is, and everyone wants to do really well at the football club. Staff, players, people that work for the club, people that are involved with the club. They all want to do really, really well, and it's a great sort of way of thinking and progressing forward. There's not a lot to say really. It's a translation of my name in Croatian, as I'm of a Croatian heritage. Grandparents and stuff, not really the best English, and I think my parents decided when they did name me Michael, but everyone calls me from quite young Mile, and I've just gotten used to it, and I don't really like correcting people on it. So. Footballing idols, I think, does anyone particular stand out? No, not really, but I think seeing sort of how the crowds were and stuff back then on the TV, and how that sort of resonated back to me, it was like, oh, this will be pretty cool. Someone that probably sticks out, Claude Makelele probably sticks out. He done a fantastic job. I think he done it extremely well. He's one that definitely stands out. Almost certain there'll be some part of me that's want to be a part of football. It's been a huge part of my life, and it's pretty much all I know to a point. But yeah, I'd like to think that I'd stay involved in some capacity. I think everybody has their own story. I'm from Australia, so I'm from the other side of the world. The sacrifices are probably different to what you have to sacrifice here, but I'm sure there's also a lot of similarities. You tend to miss out on an awful lot of things with regards to family and being around them all the time. Certain key events and with moments in your life that are really, really important to you, and you miss out. But I think the one thing you know and you understand is that everybody back there who is a part of your family or a part of who you are, they understand and they respect it. I've played in the position before. I know what's required in the position. I'm enjoying my time still, obviously playing in the midfield and doing what I'm doing there, and knowing that I'm an important part in that regard. But look, for me personally, it's about what the team needs and what's going to bring success to the team, and wherever that is for me now or in the future, then I'll be happy to play my part. It'll be an interesting series, but I think on home soil I'd like to fancy our chances. I think we fancy our chance. I think we'll back ourselves, and I'll be no different. It'd be an interesting series, no doubt, but which I think it needs to be. But hopefully we can regain the urn. I think being a dad is probably the most special gift you can have, and you don't really quite understand it until you become one. But it's quite fulfilling. It is fulfilling. You have to you treasure every moment that you have with the kids, and seeing them grow up and seeing them progress and go through the stages in their lives, and even though mine are all quite young, just seeing the little progressions day by day, week by week, it blows you away every day. I think that's one thing that it fascinates you. It teaches you things about yourself that you probably didn't know before, and I've learnt stuff from my own dad, and still learning stuff from him to this day, and forever grateful for that. I think there's quite a number. I think everybody, anyone with, it doesn't even have to be anyone of a high profile, they've all done their own thing in a certain way, and they've got to a point in their career and point in their lives where they're at the top of their game or on their way to being at the top of their game, and it's good to see the end product the way it is, but rest assured that it's been hard work, blood, sweat and tears along the way as well. So I think sort of knowing that coming from a sort of fellow professional, it's nice to see that translated onto the TV screens, or if you're lucky enough to go see people live, it's even better. Yeah, there's been moments, I don't think one particular moment, but there's been moments where you think, okay, well, yeah, it's not nice. That's not been nice, not been pleasant, and you've probably reacted, it's fair to say, probably in the wrong way, and you've regretted it maybe afterwards. So I don't think it's fair to say one that's impressed me the most. Obviously, they're having a fantastic start to the season. The 23s, and it shows. They're obviously full of confidence, and that sort of stuff that's infectious. It's infectious. It resonates when you come and train with the first team. I'm sure that there'd be boys feeding off that, and they see, and when they're given the opportunity to play in the first team, they're obviously it's very special to them. But to still be able to go and do your stuff and play your natural game is a credit to them, and long may that continue. Obviously, it's not nice not playing and not being involved. It's never easy. You have to remind yourself that it's part and parcel of being a professional athlete. You don't always get the rub of the green in terms of how you are physically, but it's something that everyone has to deal with and comes to grips with. And I'm no different. I've got used to it, and getting down to the nitty-gritty, what we work on in the training pitch is where you like to do a lot of your, where you get to know people and build relationships and stuff like that. So that's been quite, that's been quite tricky for me in terms of my own thing. It's focused on staying fit and getting match fit and getting sharpness, and I don't know any other way but full throttle. So it's for me, it's got to be pedal down and go for it.